Greetings and welcome, welcome, welcome. How are my friends? Please type in the comments how you're doing, what you got on your mind, what you're working on. How are things working out for you? Do you need some help? It's okay to ask for help. And it's a hard lesson I learned almost daily, asking for help. I'm a worker bee, and I got bonus points in my family for working hard and doing what was asked from me and doing it well. Good morning, Mary Beth Ashley. Hi. Oh, I am honored that you're here with me. You know what? Sometime we got to do a thing on Facebook together. I would love that. Wouldn't that be fun? Mary Beth Ashley is a very accomplished healer. She reads the Akashic records. She's very intuitive. She's very spiritual. She's very kind. She is a really great person. And if you are looking for somebody to do reading, or that last healing that you gave me that empowered my work, that was fabulous. And I can't recommend you enough. I really, if you're looking for that, Mary Beth Ashley is a very, very good resource. She also sells me my facial care products and Life Wave stem cell patches. And all of those have been very useful and helpful for me. And anyway, I love seeing you here. And I'm welcome Christina Garcia and Sierra Homley. I'm so glad that you're here. I can't wait to answer questions for you. The guides have been really, really strong about the idea of choice today and asking for help. And also, we're all on a big experimental journey. And so just let go of that enormous burden of perfectionism. It's not what helps us do what we do. It's not what helps us be who we are. I'm going to just make a little adjustment here. And we have to ask for help, and we have to recognize that we are at choice all the time. I'm choosing to breathe shallowly, or I'm choosing to breathe deeply, or I'm choosing to connect with my teachers, Sanae Roman and Dwayne Packer from orndabend.com. I'm choosing to be a knee-jerk reaction to something emotional, or I'm choosing to respond with love. I'm choosing to have a boundary here. Whatever it is, we're always choosing. So I'm really looking forward to, okay, I'm trying to, it's Facebook. I swear, it takes a long time for it to show me your comments. And I hate doing things and then finding later that there was a question in there. Okay. Sierra Homley says, it's amazing when you ask for help and let other people help you. Isn't that the truth? I mean, that is so empowering for me. And I rediscover it all the time with my sweetheart. He loves it when I say, honey, would you get this off the top shelf, the high shelf for me? I'm 5'4.5" anymore. I used to be a little bit taller, but I'm older. And he's 6'3" and has a long reach. So he just gets up and he does it. And it's like, holy cow, all I did was ask for help. It doesn't have to be a monumental thing. It's not like lend me $1 million. It's not something weighty like that. We practice on the little things. Asking for help. And this whole thing, if you've got a question, something that's bugging you, this whole show is really about getting your question answered and getting some spiritual perspective about what this question's about. So bring it on. You're not dumb for having a question. You're not imperfect for having a question. You're actually smart because you can detect that you have a question. So thank you for being here, Sierra, Christina Garcia, Mary Beth Ashley. And if you don't ask a question, you're going to let me run the show and I will talk. And I have plenty to say. And I will talk about what I want to talk about. So one of the big things that I'm working on right now is I have like 4 big events scheduled. I'm trying to get the page up. Come on. Oh man, there we go. All right. So the first thing that's happening, the soonest thing that's happening is going to be one of my live on Facebook. Good morning, Cheryl Malik. Live on Facebook, intersection between healing and spirituality. To me, those are inextricably linked. And in my extensive experience with healing my own physical self, from getting over tubal surgeries, recovering from disabling multiple sclerosis, which I don't have anymore, getting sober from alcohol, drugs, and smoking. I don't have those illnesses running my show any longer. And it was through spiritual processes that I was able to reassemble myself more closely aligned with divine will for me and my soul. And I think the intersection of health and spirituality is a fascinating subject, and how everybody gets there is their own path. It's very unique. You know, it's like I had this image in my mind of this big divine sun, almost like the energy of the divine is so big, so brilliant, so bright, so complete, so whole, so vast. And then there are all these little lines of light getting there. And that's how all of us find our way back to our origins, find our way back to health, how we find our way back to our souls that are the innate link with the divine. Pat Hansen is here. Good morning. Wow, I'm lucky. Yay, I'm so happy that you guys are here. So the intersection of health and spirituality is going to be a live on Facebook thing on my personal page, Annie Bachelder page. And I'm going to be interviewing Chris Brusati. And she's a close friend of mine. We have so much in common, and I love her so much. And she has some fabulous healing skills and modalities. And she has works in the arena of grief. A lot of us have grief, and health issues cause me a lot of grief. And good morning, Lisa Davis. And she also has lots of intuitive and energy sensing skills. I mean, massive. She has done so many classes and has so many certifications. She's a wonderful body worker in Sebastopol. And she has had to recover from some really tough things. A brain tumor, surgery for a brain tumor. And how does she maintain a healthy attitude towards life? How does she keep her spirit buoyant? Not all the time, but most of the time she rises to the occasion. And even though she might even be having a bad day. And anyway, she's handling 3 things, big things that she's had to recover from. Good morning, Joey Chandler. How wonderful that you're here. Thank you for being here. So if you have a question, please put it in the comments. So I want to answer you guys' questions. Otherwise, I'm going to continue talking about the events that are coming up. So the intersection of health and spirituality is going to be on my personal page, Annie Bachelder, on December 16th. That's a Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And Chris and I will be chatting about her healing process and her journey with illness and recovery and healing and spirituality and how they're inextricably linked. So Saturday, December 16th, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, and just for about 45 minutes or an hour. And I want to keep a little window open for taking questions from you all. Perhaps you have questions for her or for me on that. And the next thing that's going to happen is I'm a presenter in the Feminine Frequency Festival. And by the way, these events are all on my Facebook pages. They are all listed on my Facebook pages. So if you didn't get all the information, or you need the live link to the Feminine Frequency Festival, or the intersection of health and spirituality on my personal page, it's the events are there and they have the links. But the Feminine Frequency Festival is a whole bunch of absolutely outstanding women who are giving 20-minute presentations. And I'm going to be presenting on December 27th. That's a Wednesday. So all my Wednesday things, my live Wednesday things, can be all on Wednesday at 11:20 a.m. Pacific time. The invitation says 11:15. I mean, the event listing says 11:15 because it doesn't let you do 11:20. But what I'm going to do is talk about the soul, and I'm going to give you an experience of your soul's energy and its connection with the divine. Whenever we embody our soul's light, and as I'm saying that, I'm feeling you all automatically doing that, because I've talked about it so much, and about embodying your soul's light. I'm going to be taking you through that energetic process so that you have it in your toolkit. And so there's another intersection between health and spirituality, because being at one and unified with my soul and my soul's purpose in my physical experience has really led me to health. Okay, so the next opportunity is the Opening the Channel class, and I'm teaching this live on Zoom. And it's going to be Saturday, February 3rd and Sunday, February 4th from noon Pacific time to 5 p.m. Pacific time. Sometimes we're going to finish a little bit early, but I try to deliver a lot in my classes. And I've been a channel for 34 years. And it's been so rewarding to be able to have this option to tune into my guide's energy and be flooded with the love that my guide has for me, to be led to a witnessing of energy and information that is helpful and healing and useful for me. When I was very sick with MS, when I was disabled with MS, I would read spiritual books, then I'd sit down to meditate, and then I would ask Anubis to just take me through the Awakening Your Light Body centers and take me through a little guided meditation, just take me where I need to be. And I would have to credit my guide as being one of the reasons I'm recovered and healed from disabling multiple sclerosis. Because my guide was always there and would always participate with me, even if it had been months since I talked to my guide. Start again? No problem. because it's always the now moment where they are. So I'm going to just check back here and see if anybody has posted a question. Okay, let me make sure I can get this, because Christina Garcia says, I am walking through some health stuff myself, and I hear you say it's a unique road, but I have a spinal injection coming up on January 9th, wondering if and how I can better support my healing so I cannot be disabled. I'm worried it won't work, and I'll continue to be in pain. I had also asked if you were doing any holiday specials on Akashic readings, and I was going to gift some to friends who have never done them. Well, Christina, that's a fabulous idea. In that setting, first off, before we get to the injection, I offer a 3-pack, and I can send it to you as 3 individual gift certificates for $450. Normally individual readings are $204, and so this saves you an awful lot of money at $450 instead of $612. And I can mail those to you, nice, pretty, shiny, festive paper and a special envelope, and you can put your name in there and whatever. So, and those gift certificates are good for 2 years. So, all right, let me just bring in my guides, and the Akashic Beings of Light and the Divine Energy Healing Angels. The Angelic Healing Conclave is here working with you on your pain. So if I am right, the pain is somewhere right at the base of your neck, where it starts to connect with the thoracic section. And it's actually starting to move down to your lower back as well. Let me know if that's correct. So this issue is you're carrying the pain of your tribe for so many years, the struggle. It's also correctable through some food sources and supplements, because there's a nutritional deficit here. You've had a lot of children, you've had to be with them day and night so committedly. You're a really, really great mom and family, and being a mom and you in a relationship with a beautiful man is everything that you are about. And there's a way that you carry your life choices that's a little burdensome. And as you take in the light of your soul, and as that naturally forms a link with the divine, that all that is, whatever you call it, your version of the divine, I don't care, it's all correct. When you experience that and you go to the divine and say, help me, remove this pain, take this pain away. I know that you, with the divine, all things are possible, including being pain-free. With the divine, all things are possible, including being pain-free. And then when you're, before you actually get the injection, good morning, Stephanie Ansley Miller. Before you get the injection, you're going to be seeing the angelic beings guiding the medical staff's eyes, hands, intentions, focus, and they will also be injecting their love and healing and their 100% pure divine light into your body at the painful locations. And part of this is calming the nervous system. Like the nervous system has gotten a little out of whack due to the stresses that you've had in your life, and you're still working on balancing out the energies in your nervous system. A lot going out, not quite enough coming in. And so replacing your life force energy with your connection with the divine. Oh yeah, you're doing it really, really well. She just fills your tank. And I call the divine she. I mean, it's, for me, it's the divine feminine. And this is the shift that's going on right now, is let's work out of the divine masculine sky gods who tend to be judgmental, critical, and warring. We're getting out of all of that. So whenever you think of that injection, let go of fear. I have two wonderful acronyms for fear. Future events already ruined, because that's really where we go when we're worried about the future. When we're thinking about the future, it's like, how could this be bad? How could this be bad? It's going to be worse than it is now, right? We just automatically go in this sort of anxious state when we think about the fear. And that's why you want to train your thoughts too. When you think about getting the injection, you think, oh, the divine is working through these people to help me to make my body better. In fact, even as I think about it, it's happening now. And I'm improving. I'm being relieved of the pain. I'm being restored to balance and to health and to ability. So instead of future events already ruined, we go into feeling excited and ready. Like it kind of switches that anxious, hypervigilant energy into like, oh yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm happy. I've got somebody who's going to help me with my physical well-being and who knows what to do. And, sometimes I got to have help. I had to take chemo, medications. I had to give myself shots for years just to deal with my multiple sclerosis. And the meds worked. I had it, and even the chemo helped. And then I got to where I didn't need those anymore, that my body had been restored both through the AMA way and through the spiritual methods. So also give your burdens to the divine. Just offer them up. I often would offer my upset feelings and my confusion, my irritation, my anxiety. And I felt like I was coughing up a hairball like a cat does. And this is what I was offering the divine. What? This is caca. I can't give this to the divine. This is not befitting a divine. It is too. Whenever I release my bondage, whenever I put my troubles in the lap of the divine, whenever I hand it over or turn it over, as they say in 12-step programs, to the divine and let the divine handle these things, I'm being restored to sanity when I do that. And there's the relief of not having to do everything all the time by the sweat of my brow, by my own muscling it into place and marshaling it into place and, managing things all the time. When I connect with the divine, I get relief. I get freedom. I get partnership too. Every time I connect with the divine, my connection with her grows. So that happens for you too. And I use myself as an example, and just so it's not like you, because that can be sort of received as accusatory. And so I, not suffering, not taking it on, not carrying all the weight on our own shoulders, and utilizing the divine as help. With the divine, with whom all things are possible, receives me giving over my problems as like, well, she finally figured it out. We can handle this better than her, or we've got plans to turn this situation around and magnify it into really good stuff. And so this is one of the big lessons in life for me. And I think it's one of the big lessons in life for all of us. And I would say with women strongly, because we're kind of coming out of that women's lib era where we, burnt our bras, divorced our men, became single mothers, and had to go get some huge, hardworking corporate job, wear stupid clothes, dress for success. Not like who you are, but dress for success, and do it all. We're going to do it all ourselves, right? Whoa. That's taking on all the work and not working in partnership with our partners, our male partners and our female partners and our divine partners. And Christina Garcia, wow, many ancestors. Oh my God, there are at least 3 or 4 right now. I'm getting shivers and tingles in the calves of my legs for you, Christina. That there are 4 Native American ancestors helping you right now, saying, we are here with you. You do not have to carry the tribe's pain, history, burden, all on your shoulders. Your job is to have personal breakthroughs and let the energy of breakthrough and understanding at a greater level and being restored to sanity at a great level, being restored to physical harmony with your body and with the earth and with the upper elements. This is your journey. This is your task to do. And as you know, children are not ours. We get to raise them. We get to keep them safe. We get to hopefully be an example to them of how to do life in the most graceful manner. But they're not ours. And be willing to ask for divine help. This is really good, you guys. Thank you, Christine. And that was really good to bring that up. I think you gave empowerment. Your question was an empowerment for a lot of other people who are tuning in today. Let me see if I got any other questions here. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going back to announcements. Let's see. Yes, Cheryl, every day is a gift. And sometimes we wake up and go, oh my God, not that, another one, and if we can wake up and think about the light first thing, if we can wake up and say, all right, I'm an agent of the divine. I work with the divine. I work hand in hand and side by side with the divine, and the divine guides my steps, my words, my mouth, my hands, my actions, my day. Then I have a chance at having a miracle day and a wonderful day. So interesting. I'm so glad you're feeling that. I'm glad this is interesting. I think this kind of thing is fascinating. We all have guides. And so that's why I'm promoting opening to channel class first weekend in February and the beginning Akashic Records class in the first weekend in March 2nd and 3rd, I think it is. And because they're so empowering, and there are always ways that the energy comes in anew, in a different way. Good morning, Christine Brusati. See, now, Chris also, she's one of the healing masters I'm in touch with. Hello, Stephanie. You're one of the healing people as well. But Chris is the one I'm going to be interviewing on Saturday, the 16th. That's coming up real soon, a week from this weekend, at 9:30 a.m. on my personal page on Facebook.com/Annie.Bachelder. And the invitation, or the event listings are on both the Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness group page, and as well as my personal Annie.Bachelder Facebook page. And they have the links. Now, you have to sign up independently with me, directly with me, for the opening to channel class and the beginning Akashic Records classes. And or if you send me tuition, like $425 for the Akashic Records class, and $244, I think it is, for the opening to channel class, I'll know what that money's for, and it will put you on the list to receive all the preparatory things and the Zoom links and so forth that you'll need for that day. Oh, you're welcome, Christine Garcia. You are very, very welcome. I know this has been a long time coming. And you can buy those 3-packs. Again, you send me $450, I'll know what that's for. The numbers I always tell. And you can get them on my website, anniechannels.com. anniechannels.com. That's my website. And the listings for the classes are there. So what else do we have here? Does anybody else have a question? Cheryl says, yes, fascinating. Channeling and Akashic are so amazing. Cheryl knows. She was part of my members portal, and I'm going to open the members portal again very soon. I'm going to finish recording the audiobook version of my book. You can buy my book on Amazon, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, and Akashic Records Guide to Living a Fulfilled Life. You can buy those on Amazon. And when I get the audiobook finished, hopefully by the end of the month, I'll have it up on Amazon and some other platforms as well. It's a little, I'm learning how to get on all the platforms. So if anybody has information or knows how to do that better than I do, it's a lot easier to ask for help than to rebuild the wheel or reinvent the wheel, right? But I'm looking for any other questions that you might have. Any question is a good question. Like, why do we have wars? Fine. From, what do I do with this situation that was difficult for me? Oh, Chris says that she highly recommends taking the Akashic Records class. Chris has done a lot of Akashic Records, not only readings with me where I read for her, but also the classes that I've offered on the Akashic Records, and she's really learned how to work competently in them. And so, and thank you so much. That was very nice of you. So any questions are okay. I think in our culture, we've been brought up like, if you have a question, there's something wrong with you, right? Like, I should know everything. And that's one of my favorite acronyms too. Like shame should have already mastered everything. What? Well, why should I have mastered everything? I'm here to learn. I'm here to be challenged. I'm here to explore. I'm here to develop skills and master some things. But it's a process, And there's nothing wrong with having a process involved in that. And so asking questions is really highly valuable. And when I think that I already know the answer, I'm kind of not making space for somebody might have a different perspective that's very helpful for me, or somebody might like know how to get on a lot of book sales platforms that I don't know how to do, or how to list my audio book on lots of different platforms than just Amazon and Audible. You know, there's a lot more ways to skin a cat, and I don't know all of them. And there are many routes to the divine. There is no one right way. Some people are really grounded in biblical Christianity, and God bless them. And my aunt, you know, I don't know, she might have died last night, but she was a fabulous example of using this Christian perspective and the Bible as a path to the divine and to helping people and to being a better person. And she demonstrated a lot of wise and worthy giving in her life. And there are other people who resonate with Indian gurus. You know, I tried that route for about a year, and you know what? It just did not light my fire. And, you know, that's fine. Channeling does. I believe in some very strange things, you know, that's fine. That's my path. Everybody has the stuff that hits home for them, where it rings truth. It smells right, walks right, talks right. The words have the right vibration. They go into the right places in our bodies. So honor your own path, be your own path, because the more in tune with your own integrity you are, the better. You know, this morning's cards, the first card that we drew was the Actor, the Man of Wands, and this is the Voyager deck by James Wanless. And it's a really amazing all collage set of cards. And wands represents spirituality, and the Man of Wands is a very high level card. It's a high level of mastery. And you know, this talks in a way or speaks to a lot of different forms of spirituality and routes to spiritual fulfillment, spiritual development, spiritual connection. And man, I think of man as my right side, my male going forward side, and left side as the female side, the taking inside. And the Actor card is also that we know how to put on the personality that gets the job done for whatever it is we're doing. You know, we got personalities, backups in our pocket. You know, when I was very sick with MS, I realized, well, my best friend said, well, Annie, you're just going to have to be someone who people love to give to. And I was like, well, her family let me live with them with my 100-pound dog. And get, you know, when I got out of the hospital and, you know, after a really bad attack and had to be taught to walk again and learn how to use my right hand and feed myself and write, or, you know, my arm was completely useless for a while. So bringing that skill back in was very interesting. But I learned that I had to be someone that people would give to, because I couldn't drive. I had to call people. I was on the phone a lot. Hey, what are you doing Thursday morning at about 10 o'clock? You know, how would you like to come and get me and give me a ride to my PT appointment or my OT appointment? PT is physical therapy, OT is occupational therapy. And occupational therapy is more like, how do you feed yourself? And how do you learn how to write again? And PT is more like, how do you walk again? How do you build up the strength and even out the strength in both sides of your body if it's gotten off I realized I had to be a patient, that when I walked in, people were happy to see me. I didn't want to be that problem patient, full of complaints, nobody wants to deal with, like, let's run out of the office and let somebody else deal with her. I realized I had to be grateful and appreciate the good fortune I had to have medical care and people who wanted to work on me and help me get better. So I became the really good patient in my world of personalities. I know that when I go into the bank and I'm applying for a mortgage or something like that, I got to dress like somebody who's worthy of giving a mortgage to. I don't go in a ripped t-shirt and my flip-flops, like, what, who's, this, let's, be the personality that gets the job done the best in our own best interests. So that was one card that we pulled. I'm wondering, anybody else asking questions here? This is such a racket. I gotta refresh the page on my laptop and continue talking to the phone, and hopefully I'm going to see your questions when they come up. Okay, Cheryl has a question. My question today is related to what I should do for income. What course of study should I pursue for work or business? Okay. Well, let's point out the fact that kind of manufacturing and income may not be your work or your business. It may be the job you do in exchange for money. It may not be your first love. Now, for you, I think it'd be great if it was related to what you're good at and what works well in your life. And we know that you're a woman of the soil, plants, and animals. And so if you could get a job perhaps on a commercial organic garden, or perhaps you should, if you have enough land, even just enough yard to grow extra food, both in the spring and summer and fall and the winter, and sell it to your neighbors. That might bring in some extra money and allow you to do what you love to do. And I'm big on this, we're often led in our culture to, let's go to college and get a degree in something that's supposed to be money making. Let's get an MBA. Oh Lordy, business administration. I'm a sole proprietor. I have to do my own administration. I got to do my own books. I got to know how many readings I did in a month, and were they new customers and or repeat customers, and how many gift certificates did I sell, and how many people came to classes, and all that stuff. I have to track all that, and I have to be up to date on my taxes. So, business administration is not the thing that brings me alive. I happen to be good at it because I like order, but not my first thing. I'd rather go out for a walk on the beach. Anyway, so now the word should is it's shaped kind of like a baseball bat, with the lettering SHOULD. It's almost like something we beat ourselves with. Should. I would replace that word with what? Read your question. My question today is related to what I should do for income. Let's rephrase it. How can I most easily manifest financial wellness and financial freedom? Because that gets the should out of there. Like, it's more like, what does this soul in a body need to do that is most fulfilling and most in alignment with her soul purposes for her and her family? Because I know your son and your husband and your mother are all very important personalities in your life. So we want your ability to work with them to be strong and you to be able to play out your role, because you're an actor in their dramas as well. Now, so research organic farms near me, and if they need some help, or research selling your organic produce to outlets that would be glad to have it and feature it as part of their crops and their distribution. I know that my mother gets a farm box every couple of weeks for her and her housemate. And it's all organic. It's grown in the principles that she likes. It's seasonal, so you're eating in accordance with the seasons and not like trying to eat a summer diet in the middle of winter. And it doesn't have to be shipped from, gosh knows where on the other side of the planet. So, those are things like, how can you be part of that? Because I think that is important to you. Anything also with water purification, water purification systems, and water distribution systems. So the water department, there you go. I think that'd keep you busy for a couple of weeks. Let me know how it goes. I would like to hear more about that search. That's a really good question. And the thing is, the guides are always using your question. I'm speaking to you as an audience, as a group. Your question helps other people remember to go, oh, what's right for me? Not what should I do, but what is going to be fulfilling to me? What is going to be the opportunity for the greatest personal and soul development that I can have in my physical experience? I think that also it was sort of beaten out of women to say, what I want is, what I want is world peace first, then manicures for everybody. But who wants them? But it's all right to want things. And I don't mean just throw out in the universe, I want in this sort of nebulous hunger or unmet need. But I want to be interviewed by Oprah Winfrey about my book and about my work. And I'm admitting this publicly for the first time. It's okay for me to want that. It's okay to be envisioning that. It's okay to just imagine that that's happening. I'm being contacted by the Oprah Winfrey staff, and they're vetting me and seeing if I walk my talk, and I just make this stuff up. And they're reading my book and doing a synopsis of it and giving it to Oprah and saying, oh, well, this is good. It's good stuff. This is the energetically correct. It has integrity. Let's see. I thought somebody else said something. Envision your interview. Yes, exactly. You too. If you're going to go out and interview with the water department, then envision the interview and what a joy it is. I had a boyfriend who, way back when we were in our early 20s or something, or less than that, he got his degree in oh God, what is it, water maintenance or something. And so he got a job with the local water district here in Marin County, California. And he went around and checked the water quality in all the water tanks in the county. And he, you know, so he had to be outdoors. He was independent. He wasn't chained to a desk. He had some freedom, and he would go test the quality of the water and fill out his reports and turn them in and all of that. And you know, he did a job that was fun for him, relatively fun for him. He's not really a worker bee in that sense, but yeah, sometimes they put him on the street crews where you're digging up a water pipe and, you know, helping to channel traffic around the obstacle, whatever. And they, but you know, it can happen. They have jobs. A water quality engineer. He was a water quality engineer. That's the name of the job. But he got a degree in that, I think, at the local junior college and Sonoma State University. And it wasn't a big degree. It was like a 2-year degree. So I suspect, Cheryl, you already have a fair amount of education under your belt because you're an intelligent person. So it may be possible to do that. Let's see. Okay, we have almost gone an hour today. The last thing I want to do is acknowledge the fact that this group, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness Facebook group page, has over 500 members now. 502. 502 members. People who are interested in the whole concept of bringing forth soul consciousness, and people who want to know how to do that and what's it all about. And I don't know about you, but I want to know, what is my soul about? How am I connected? How can I enable and enhance that connection? How can I utilize it to my personal and my spiritual benefit for myself and others? And you know, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's where the fun and excitement is. And that's probably why the guides channeled this book through me, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, and utilizing the Akashic records, which are at a soul level plane of consciousness. So it's all tied in. I've been interested in this whole thing and in the light. Those are the two themes that have really paved. Oh, somebody's putting balloons in my screen. Thank you so much. Good morning. That is Sahar Naval. Hello. Oh my goodness. You're going to have to watch this mostly on the replay here, Sahar. I wish I had seen you earlier. I could have answered a question for you, but we're just finishing up now. And you can find this book for sale on Amazon, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, an Akashic Records Guide to Living a Fulfilled Life. This is available to you whenever you're ready. And it's designed to bring forth your soul, not my soul, your soul. And it speaks to our souls, and it clarifies why we are personalities and bodies created by our souls as an experience module. This physical body and this brain and this heart and this body, all this physicality is an expression of our individual souls, and our souls love us. Always important to know that. All right. I love you all. Thank you very much for listening and for asking your questions, for being part of this wonderful group, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness. Thank you, you souls of light, you souls of truth. I honor your being and your presence here. All right. See you later. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it so much. You're my treasured folks. Thank you.